Yeah, it's like I told you, we are gonna be pumping out these reviews. Let's go. Picking up right back where we left off, Ymir is still not agreeing to talk because Reiner basically blackmailed her with Krista's lies. We know Ymir has the hot hots for Krista bad bad. So the scouts are closing in and Reiner is telling Bertolt, okay, we gotta trust Ymir. And then Bertolt said something that initially wondered at Marcel. And yeah, from a flashback that occurs, you see Ymir's Titan eat Marcel. And again, I just love being a manga reader because there's just so much information around that is beautiful. They're talking about how okay they need to get Krista because Ymir won't do anything without Krista, and they also gave the bargaining chip that Krista is like what they used to convince Ymir is does she really think he's I don't even know what to call her at this point because she revealed her name is Historia and my head knows her as Historia now. But anyway, Krista, Historia, whatever. Whatever I say, you know who I'm talking about. So they said that Krista doesn't have a future here, but you know where she does have a future. Ominous, ominous, ominous. They plan to move even though the sun hasn't set because they just don't have any time. The scouts are right on their asses. And Reiner goes up to Eren and he's like, okay, Eren, let's go. Don't resist. And Eren's like, come on, look at me. I don't have anything. And a scuffle just ensures that's just hilarious. While Bertolt and Ymir are talking, Eren is just being gagged the fuck out back there. And Eren is just not having any of fucking this. He just keeps trying to bite his arm. There's the tenacity. He just would not go down without a fight. Ymir and Bertolt have a discussion that while reading it, it was like, ooh, information. Because this show is like, they don't tell you anything and you're so hungry that no matter what you get, it's like, ah, a reveal. Because Bertolt told Ymir that how long has she been wandering outside the wall? Like their conversation, you wouldn't understand it when you are reading it, but because it was a story, you just continued reading, which kind of doesn't make sense because the human mind likes to understand things, but we didn't understand it. Well, for us that read the manga, and I'm sure for you guys that watch the anime, you don't understand it, but you're still watching and reading along. It still makes sense. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but anyway, Ymir says she's been wandering outside the wall for 60 years, and in my mind, I was thinking, okay, is it that all people that can turn into titans have been titans before, and they've just been wandering? Like, oh, this is just an amazing anime, hands down. Okay, so the military people are on their like they are just gunning towards this forest, and they're being picked off one by one, and dear shit God, what's their commander's name? Commander Eren. Erwin. Haha. Saying the word commander reminded me. But anyway, Erwin is just not moving. He's like, we need to go forward. If we diverge from the path, we will not get there in time. And then Ymir just goes batshit crazy because she saw Krista and she was like, yeah, I'm not leaving without her. And then we get a flashback of Ymir too fucking early. Like this was a very polarizing episode for a lot of people because they feel they revealed something 50 chapters ahead. But for those of you who didn't know, I went and researched it. Well, if you can call it research. And it turns out that the creator of the show, Hajime Ishiyama, I hope so. I hope that's his name. He said that while writing the show and as it gets publicized and things change, you start to want to change things. Like you wish some things happened sooner or whatever. Like one of the things that he changed in the manga when Annie's secret was revealed, she didn't laugh or smile or something, and he really wanted that. Like back in season 1 when Annie was revealed, if you remember, she had this in the anime, she had this crazy ass laugh, like this relief, but in the manga it wasn't that way. So he changed that. He made a request to the animators to put that in. So it's the same thing with this TV show. He felt like, okay, this backstory should have been told way sooner, maybe to create more confusion or to create less of it, or to allow people to continue watching without being so lost. Because trust me, there are some manga readers right now that are so freaking lost, it is infuriating. Like, dude, did you not pay attention? But anyway, rant over. Let's get back to this. We see Yamir's backstory where they came and picked a bunch of beggar children. They lined them up against the wall and they said, okay, she looks about right. She goes and she leaves her friends, which is sad. One of them even waving goodbye, and in this type of life, maybe they never meet again, and me, the prospect of not meeting somebody I know ever again is terrifying. But anyway, they bring her to this place, and it's like a cult where they worship her. They make her pretend to be this deity or whatever, and for their society, the police came and raided the whole place, and she was just afraid, and she felt that if she lied, she'd spare these people's life, which I believe is stupid, but she was probably young. If she, well, even if she came clean and say it's all a hoax, would they have left her? I think they would have left her, and because she cannot be at fault here. But the person I think that even picked her out was the one that was pointing at her, like to save her, like her life was worthless or something. That woman that even shook her head at Ymir, I don't know if she was telling her no, don't admit anything, or no, yes, you are not at fault. I don't know. So then Ymir just continues taking up the role, and I think it just backfires in her face. They're dragged through the street, beaten, they're lined up on the wall, and from this place people understand that okay, these people are being turned into titans. So from this point on, a person can connect two and two together that okay, titans, if you read the story says titans appeared out of nowhere. So basically you could say that okay, some people just thought okay, maybe titans have always been around and humans live this way, but then you can say okay, no, that's not the case. Oh god, I don't even know how to explain it in a way that doesn't spoil it but still explains my mindset. But basically these people are being turned into titans, so somebody can argue the fact that okay, are all titans just humans at the end of the day? But what am I talking about? Moving on, she gets turned, she gets pushed, and she just talks reminiscing about her life, like it's not good to lie to yourself, this is what she did and this is her punishment, which I feel is a very high toll to take just for lying to yourself, because it's not your fault. They gave you this life. It's not like you could run away at any moment because you were a kid. They fed you and gave you a place to sleep. But anyway, you see her running around as a titan. The whole process of her being there for years, she even just finds a ditch and just stays there till we see young versions of Annie, Bertolt, and Rainer, and the guy that was previously identified as Marcel, where she ate him. And next thing, we just see her wake up in this beautiful wallpaper worthy place, which is just sand, which I'm like, okay, I know the northern side of their city, their whole wall is snow, but I don't think they have a desert anywhere. But whatever. She feels like she has a second chance at life. She said she wasn't going to lie to herself anymore, and she's just going to live for herself and not care. And in a church she hears about Krista, and for some reason she joins the scouts because she just heard of them talking about somebody who they believe didn't deserve to live, or maybe because she just connected with that person because of the story she heard and she wanted to protect that person from the same thing happening all over again because it happened to her, I guess, which is a very flimsy reason for joining the military police. You could have just lived a beautiful life within the walls. But anyway, we see the whole gay love, her falling in love with her, beautiful dramatic moment. It's beautiful. They're just a pair matched in heaven. But I have my own shippings. I ship Rainer and Krista so freaking hard. So Ymir tries to kill Bertolt. Oh, I even forgot to mention how Rainer basically, I don't know, BDSM ties Eren up. Even if he wakes up, let him not be able to do anything, which is just beautiful. Sleepy Eren is so cute. Ymir says, I will kill all of you. I will show you how crazy I am. I need to be with Krista. I don't care. And yeah, basically they had to change the whole plan to accommodate that. Then the scouts are finally close to the forest, and they see a titan transformation, and Armin points out the obvious, that that's the light from when a titan transform. And I'm like, no freaking kidding, genius. The Erwin says their aim is not to fight to avoid the titans, and the military police are just getting picked off one by freaking one, which makes you think before you can join the military police you have to be in the top 10. So all the people were in the top 10 and they still got picked off before the scouts, which makes you wonder, okay, experience does trump talent, but they were the best at their time, but because they never utilized their abilities, now they're just titan fodder. which is sad. I just love the whole fast-paced music, them using their ODM gear, getting up on the trees. They saw Ymir. It even just became like a joke where Connie, Lord, I'm forgetting these people's names. Connie goes up and say, "Hey, you dumb whatever, what's going on?" And she's just there, just staring, looking, and you can see she's looking for Krista. And when she finds her, this occurred, which is very terrifying and scary. And I'm sure there is one human being in the world that has this as their wallpaper. I just love how all the group, the friends, her friends, I don't know, came around Ymir just believing she was friend when she was foe. She just monkey grabbed, flies through the forest, and Rainer just transformed. This sequence of him jumping down, it looked kind of weird, but meh. He transforms, Bertold straps onto him, Ymir jumps onto him, and they just bolt it. And Mikasa is feeling despair again, but Hannes is like, "No, don't give up, get on the horses!" And I'm like, okay, those horses got out of the forest fast. And man, I'm just feeling the intensity. They're just building you up, winding you up for this intense fight, and they just keep teasing it at us, not letting up. And Hannes just freaking says his last statements alive of, "I will trade my life if I have to get Eren back." And I'm like, okay, well, he is freaking dead. Like, that's the end of him. And yeah, end of the episode. Let's move on. Thanks y'all viruses so much for clicking to watch. Please don't forget to read my books on Wattpad, support me on Patreon, and follow me on Twitter. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay forever awesome. This is TVC signing out.